Today I'm going to be watching and reacting to The Wings of Power. The Wings of Power? Heya, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be watching and reacting to The Rings of Power Episode 2. Okay, so it's probably been about a week and a half since I recorded the first episode, so it's probably a good idea to refresh my memory as to what happened in that episode. I do remember it was kind of, as any first episode is, it's going to be a bit of a setup episode. You're going to kind of get introduced to like the land, the people, the characters, that sort of thing. And I know that this first episode basically did that. We were introduced to a few characters. I'm probably going to butcher the names and forget them or get them wrong, so just excuse me while I get used to it again. But we met an elf called Galadriel and Elrond, and both of those I believe are in the films and the books, but I could be completely wrong on that. I don't want to kind of Google anything to do with Lord of the Rings just in case I happen to see a spoiler or something. So I haven't checked, but I believe that those two were in the movies. But basically, Galadriel's brother was killed during the wars against Sauron and his forces and things. And Galadriel has basically taken up his quest to obviously vanquish the darkness and the evil from the land. But she's kind of a little bit over enthusiastic about it. I mean, obviously nobody wants evil in the land, but she's kind of pushing the people that go along with her and is just quite relentless with it. I mean, it's one thing not to care about your own safety, but it's another to kind of just put lots of other people in danger, and I think that's kind of what she's been doing. So the king, or the elf king, I don't know if that's his title or not, I can't even remember what his name is, but the leader, king, elf guy, basically kind of honoured all the elves that had been fighting in the war and told them that they could go home, they could go back west to their home, which I can't remember the name of the place at the moment, but yeah, the nice happy place that we saw at the very beginning of the episode. Galadriel wasn't happy about that though, because obviously doing that means she wouldn't, but obviously her going back there means she can't continue with her brother's quest, and sort of, because she's pretty sure she's found Sauron at this point, or not found him, but she's found kind of evidence that he's still about, so she just really wants to pursue that. At the very last minute they were all on the ship, they were going towards the homey place, it was all glowy and cool looking, and at the last minute she jumped off the ship and was like, no, I'm not going there, thank you very much. And at about roughly the same time, we had this massive meteor just kind of come from somewhere. And having rewatched it actually, during the edits of the first episode, I couldn't figure out where the meteor came from, but I think it might have come from when the healer woman's son found that like artifact thing underneath the floorboards. He kind of picked it up and it glowed. And then it was like literally straight after that the meteor thing happened. So I'm not sure if those two events are related. Maybe we'll find out in this episode or whatever. But yeah, so that was quite interesting. And it turns out that this meteor, when it landed, like contained a man. So it was a man meteor. Who the man was, we don't know yet. Again, assuming we're going to find out at some point during the season. But yeah, that was basically how the episode ended. But we met some hobbits. And there was one kind of young girl hobbit that seems to be a little bit sort of discontented with her home life, so I've got a feeling that she's gonna kind of find herself on an adventure which possibly might coincide with Galadriel's quest. There was also an elf guy who we saw patrolling kind of the local villages and stuff, something that apparently he's been doing for quite a while. And him and the healer woman whose son found the brandy thing seem to have feelings for each other, which apparently is kind of quite frowned upon because it's like, an elf and a human, you can't do that. There seems to be quite a lot of kind of discontent between the two races. So like the elves think the humans in that area are touched by evil and things like that, and the humans just kind of resent the elves as, just this presumably this race that's kind of come in and kind of tried to contain them. So there's quite a lot going on beneath the surface, I think, and I'm sure there's other bits I've missed. That's probably most of the important things, she says. But yeah, I think with that said, it's time to jump into the next episode. So this is The Rings of Power, Episode 2. I must be cold. Oh shit, yeah, she found it, didn't she?
Nori! Poppy! You shouldn't be...
really don't.
Nori, don't!
God, I got fucking goosebumps. What did he just do?
Your mom's gonna kill you. I can't leave him like this or the wolves will get him. So that's not who we are. That's not who you are.
Must have been a starfall. A big one.
Man meteor.
This does not bode well.
Why are you doing this, Nori? This is different. You could have landed anywhere and he landed here. Somehow, I just know it's important. It's like there's a reason this happened, like I was supposed to find him. Me. I can't walk away from that, not till I know he's safe. Fine, don't tell anyone.
Oh. During the recap, it reminded me of the cow with the stuff coming out of its udders, which is why these two were out on their own.
No bodies.
Perhaps they're all fled.
But this was nothing to do with the meteor. This was here already, before that hit.
Warn your people.
You're not coming with me.
I must follow the passage the other direction.
You don't know what's down there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be going down there.
What is it you hope to craft?
What is but a glint on the far horizon? You have come to Eregion to help me achieve the how.
A tower?
One that can host a forge, more powerful than any ever built.
What seems to be the difficulty?
I need it completed by spring.
Have you considered seeking partners outside the confines of our own race?
Dwarves.
Their prince, Durin, is an old and dear friend. Almost like a brother to me.
Might your friend be able to grant me access to their workshops?
Oh, if I know Durin, he'll do far more than that. He'll welcome us with open arms, ram's horns blaring, tables filled with salted pork, and enough malt beer to fill the Arduin. It is Elrond of Lindon, accompanied by Celebrimbor, Lord of Eregion. Seek an audience with Prince Durin.
No.
I knew that was going to happen.
Ram's horns?
All right then, my friend. I invoke the right of Sigyn Tarag.
Wow. There's his horn.
My heart sings to see you.
The elf, Elrond, has invoked the right of Sigyn Tarag. Once we lift our hammers, we shall break the great stones until one of us can break no more. Should the elf forfeit, he will be banished from all dwarven lands.
That is an impressive beard.
Hello? I'm Nori. What about your name? You don't remember, do you?
Who is he? God, that made me jump. I mean, I suppose the shell's got some protein in it.
Put you back into it, lad. What is it? Is it some sort of map? It's not straight. I don't understand.
Manna!
I'm trying to help you. Nori, it's your father.
It's just a twist.
I should have been here.
You're here now, all right?
She must be knackered. Oh god. Is that a ship or a... Oh, okay.
Over here. Come closer.
Suppose we'll be sharing your rations with her then.
Cruelty will not be our delivering.
Don't let her on.
Why are you out here?
I was separated from my ship.
And you've not seen it?
Seen what?
The worm.
Does she look dangerous to you?
Looks can be deceiving. An elf?
Remove your hand from me, sir. You liar. Yup, let it right to us.
Wow. You know, at that point, I'd just be like, you know what, fuck it. Pretty sure she's more equipped to deal with it than any of them are. Jesus, though. Is that it again? That is, isn't it? So that's what I thought I saw before she saw the people on the rafty thing. Or maybe it just was the people on the rafty thing.
I'm Halbrand. What's her heading?
Are they still at it? You've got it, Elrond. Or maybe not.
Take your leave.
Perhaps his lordship would be willing to escort me to the exit.
Gladly.
And talk on the way?
Durin, have I offended you?
To answer that one, we'd need a longer lift.
If you wish to discharge me without explanation, that is your choice.
Best-
But before squandering the best opportunity any dwarf princess had in a generation, you might at least listen to the proposal I bring.
Ah, there it is. The true purpose of your visit. You want something.
I journeyed here to see my friend, whom I've greatly missed.
Missed? You missed my wedding, the birth of my children, 2 of them. 20 years may be the blink of an eye to now, but I've lived an entire life in that time. A life you missed. So what do you have to say to that?
Congratulations on your wife, your children, and I would like very much to apologize to your family as well.
One apology to Disa and you're off. No getting better acquainted. No reminiscing about the past, and absolutely no staying for dinner.
Understood.
You're staying for dinner.
He's leaving.
He's staying.
He's leaving.
He's staying.
I see you planted the sapling.
Planted it, raised it up, tends it like it's our 3rd child. What sort of tree is it exactly?
A seedling of our great tree in Linden.
Some called him a fool for believing it would grow in such darkness.
Where there is love, it is never truly dark.
Sorry, sit down. Tell me about your king's proposal so I can decide whether to present it to my father or toss it in the nearest slag pit.
I doubt we shall find safety until we make landfall.
Separated from your ship. Really?
Do you blame us for your being stranded here?
The way I see it, it wasn't elves that chased me from my homeland. It was orcs.
Your home, where was it?
To what end?
Because rather than rest in glory, I chose to seek out the very enemy responsible for your suffering.
If you want to murder orcs and settle the score, that's your affair.
You are going to take them to their last known location.
I've got my own plans, Elf.
They've probably just changed.
You mean nobodies?
I mean, the entire village was empty. It was as if the ground had swallowed up the people of Odin like flies. We must spread the word.
No, I will not have this gossip, Bronwyn. I've seen landslides less dangerous than a wayward tongue, and without proof or pudding, that's all it'd be.
We're all alone. Osterith is empty, the watchtower abandoned.
I'm not inviting them elves back on account of some sinkhole.
Well, you're going to be dead if you don't do anything. Would it hurt to just listen for once? And he's gonna cause trouble, isn't he? I would absolutely not be in that tunnel. No. Even the rats are scared? Oh god, that's so narrow. No. Oh. Did the sun do that, or did something come up and grab him?
Theo!
Oh, thank God.
Theo, what's wrong? What happened? Get help. Go.
Oh, shit.
If there are any of you here who want to live, we make for the Elven Tower at first light. Give me your hand!
Grab it! Grab it! Oh, shit. I want to know who he is.
Hello, it's me. It's me, Nori. I wanted to help you.
It's a lantern. We use fireflies.
What's he saying to them? They're stars, a kind of constellation. He wants us to help him find those stars. That's it, isn't it? I've never seen those stars before. But I have a pretty good idea where I can find them.
Tell me, do you not think it's a coincidence that an elf should just land on our doorstep? Now,
I've known Elrond for half a century, Father. I'd sense it if you were hiding something. We're the ones holding the long end of the hammer here.
aye.
What was that? I need to know what that was. No. Nothing good is going to be powered by blood.
You ready?
Yes, Mother. I'm ready.
It took a minute to register there was somebody walking back and forth. Whew. So that was the end of the second episode, and I have a lot of questions. The first one being, who is the man from the meteor? I'm not actually asking you to answer that question because I'm not going to read the comments until after I finish recording the entire season. But yeah, I feel like he's going to be somebody big. He might not be anybody big at all, but I feel like he is going to be somebody that is known, like somebody from the books or the movies, or somebody, even if he wasn't alive at that time, I feel like he's going to be somebody that we know from that time, if that makes sense. Somebody who was either talked about or was like some other significant kind of figure in Middle Earth. So yeah, that's one of my questions. I do actually have a theory. I'm jumping all over the place from subject to subject here, but I'm just kind of saying it as I think of kind of what happened. But I did kind of think it in the first episode, but yeah, Bronwyn's son, I've got a theory about. I've got a feeling he might be the son of the elf that was patrolling the area and who went off down that tunnel, because he's been sort of in that area. I think he said in the last episode he's been stationed there for like 79 years or something. Time-wise, he's fully capable of fathering him, I think. But I don't think, he obviously doesn't know. If he is, he doesn't know. But I'm just the fact that he's against elves generally, I think probably lends itself to that. I think that's going to kind of cause a bit of conflict later on, if and when he finds out. But yeah, the attack on the village kind of annoyed me a bit, that Bronwyn warned everybody and then they just kind of ignored her and said that she should be spreading gossip and stuff. It was just like, really? Can we, she proved to them that she was correct. I'm not quite sure what that thing was. I'm not sure if it was an orc or if it was something else, because I'm used to orcs from like World of Warcraft, so I don't know I can't remember what orcs look like in Lord of the Rings, so that may well have been an orc, but equally it might have been something else entirely, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, I felt really, I kind of felt really bad for Nori as well, looking after the guy. She was obviously doing her best, and then her dad got, broke his ankle or twisted his ankle, and clearly she's now worried that he won't be able to migrate, or if he can, he's going to need a lot of help, and it's just, she cares and she's trying to do the right thing, and it just feels like, she's kind of getting shat on from all sides, really. Like the guy, the stranger that she's found is obviously powerful in some way. He can kind of, I don't know what it is he's doing, but he, he does the thing where he kind of, all the wind blows and stuff, and that's obviously quite alarming, and she's trying to help him, and obviously her parents are going to freak out if they find out that she's trying to help this stranger. It's not just a stranger, it's literally some guy that's obviously quite powerful as well, so that's worrying. And then obviously we've got Galadriel on the raft with the guy. She's had a bit of a lucky escape with the worm thing. That was a little bit alarming. I'm actually surprised we didn't see as much of her in this episode as we did the last one. Like, she felt kind of like a main character in the last one, whereas this one she kind of took a bit of a backseat. We saw Elrond, and we obviously saw him and Durin kind of reconnect there quite awkwardly, and it was just, I don't know, it was just really nice. But yeah, like obviously the city inside the mountain was really cool, just very dwarfy, exactly how you'd imagine a dwarf city inside a mountain to look. But yeah, it was just nice. It was cozy, kind of sitting down with him and his family and his kids, and he'd obviously sort of tried to grow the tree in that little part where there was the sunlight coming down. It just made me want to kind of climb into the screen and live there. Yeah, it's a really enjoyable episode. But yeah, I think that's probably it from me now. So if you've enjoyed this reaction, feel free to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. The next Rings of Power reaction will be up next Tuesday, so I will see you on the next episode. Bye bye.